So we got one big package that showed up today, which is expected. We've got a couple other things that arrived, but let's just focus on the daunting task of even getting this open. Okay, because I've hit this keyboard a couple times, so who knows what I've done on the computer it's connected to. Oh, Tanner actually caught those DVDs. And then this. Yeah, there's nothing else in there. Why don't we go through this? No. Let's not go through this pile first, because we do have one not anime thing, and that's the X-Files. The Truth is Still Out There. This is the event series. This would be the recent X-Files that actually came out a couple weeks ago. Sorry, it came out on DVD a couple weeks ago. It came out kind of on download, whatever. 15 through 24, Parasyte. Okay, yeah, it came out on it came out this year sometime. I don't know. It had some fun episodes. Don't know what to think about the other ones, but it was nice to have some X-Files back. It was actually very nice, so I got it. Blah blah blah. Let's open these, and I guess you can already see I'm starting with what I think is probably the most notable release this week. Parasyte the Maxim Limited Edition 2. And you know, despite the look, it's surprisingly, the first half has not been super dependent on the blood and guts and gore and stuff. So this is the Blu-ray version. We can see it's region A. Of course it's dubbed. The first half was dubbed. We got 2 discs and some cards. It's actually some interesting artwork, because I'm used to the way the anime portrays the creatures, I guess. Because that felt like a somewhat more artsy one. This is DVD version. 3 discs. The artwork all looks different there, but I'm not looking too carefully, to be honest. And then we got the original soundtrack, which I think is the first one. Now, if only I could remember what the soundtrack was like, but it's still a nice to have. And then this looks like volume 1 of the manga. Parasyte. Darkness. Yeah, that looks like manga material. There's a couple color pages in there. Interesting. Now, can I get this back in the box? I did get it back in the box. The Empire of Corpses. Do I have any more? Yeah, I did. I thought it sounded like I got 2 of them, and as you can see, I only needed to get 1. Who did I buy this from? Funimation? No, that happens. So, I guess since I have both here, let's take a look at the Blu-ray DVD version here. Compare it to the DVD only version, I guess. We usually don't do this with Funimation. They usually are pretty consistent with having DVD only version or Blu-ray DVD version, and not both. And I think there's been a couple, and I can wonder how I missed this, but it doesn't really matter. I'm okay with this. This is, at least, is an interesting thing to explore, is a kind of differences. I mean, they look pretty much the same on the inside. It's probably the same DVD feature film disc, probably. Oops, forgot to put this back in. And I'll put this aside since that's technically a duplicate. So now we have Only Yesterday, Blu-ray and DVD. This one I did catch was Blu-ray DVD. This movie is it a movie? I think it's a movie. It's been around for a long time. It's just not come to the States. There was a Japanese DVD that I did import and should in theory work just fine with all my software choices, I guess. But getting the official version like this is nice. Yeah. Tale of Princess Kaguya when Marnie was there. We've got DVD video version of it here. And the Blu-ray version here. Yeah, apparently this is that company that picks up movies that maybe get looked over? I don't know. Next up we've got a Hatenkou Yugi, which there should be... Should there be? I'm not seeing a Blu-ray version. Maybe there isn't one. I'll have to take a look. At a minimum, it's Japanese with English subtitles, so it's not out of the question. We've got 2 discs. This one I'm not sure what to think about, just based on the artwork and the stylization. I guess I was kind of thinking of that sort of stuff because Empire of Corpses kind of looks a lot like Black Butler. Next up we got Naruto Shippuden DVD set 27. Probably not much to speak of on the inside, but you know, I'm all about trying all this. I'm expecting it to only be 2 discs, because that's what they've been lately. 2 discs. It's good and straightforward. Disc 2. Disc 1. Straightforward artwork. I could comment on it, but I guess I don't want to in case anybody might find said commentary to be spoilerish, I guess. And next we have Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ Collection 2 DVD and Blu-ray versions. Just before I toss this one away, let's worry about taking the sticker off. There's something strange going on here. I can't figure out what. No wonder we're having a sticker that's really sticking. And we've got our Blu-ray version. Huh. Interesting. Blu-ray versions usually have a little H shape on that side of it. But I guess this one doesn't. Let's see. Region A. Japanese audio. English subtitles. I think that's about expected. 1, 2. Sorry. 3. And we're going to take a look. Peek in here. That looks the same. 3, 4, 5. Next up we have Shonen Hollywood Holly Stage for 50. This is season 2. This is a Funimation release. I think we'll find it somewhere down here. Japanese stereo, English subtitles, which would be consistent with the first season. DVD 1, DVD 2. Just say 2 discs somewhere back here, right? So it looks like it's right. Huh. Regions 1, 2, and 4. Oh well, I guess I'm not seeing it. Should be fine. And then last but not least in this pile, there's After War Gundam X Collection 2, which goes from episode 20 to 39. Japanese audio with English subtitles, which I think is consistent with the first half. I don't know why I even bother checking for these Collection 2s since, well, I guess starting to dub after going halfway into it seems kind of weird. But stopping a dub, it's not out of the question. That's happened before. I'm trying to remember what for, but I just remember something. Oh, like Saint Tail. Like the first 4 DVD releases are dubbed, and then, or maybe it's the first 5, and then the collection that's 6, 7, and 8 are subtitle only or something. I don't know. Is that 2? That's 2, 3, and 4. But we're not done. Let's divide that half. One last. We got Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt OVA. December Sky. Yeah, it's kind of. Oh, there we go. It actually says right there. Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt Complete Edition. I think it's not that hard to be complete for this because there's only the 4 episodes. Now, granted, they could be 40-minute episodes. I don't know, but I guess we'll begin with. Actually, let's begin with the box art. I don't think even I've done this yet, so we can take a peek. The red versus blue coloring is actually really neat. I'm not sure if there's much meaning to it, but it's neat. Let's see. First up, we've got the Blu-ray itself. And you can see I've already opened this because I'm in the midst of projects. Oh, that's neat. I wonder what that is. Looks like a Thunderbolt. It's interesting. There's a little thing like that on the inside, and then we got Blu-ray. We've got the disc here with a nice Thunderbolt on it. Indecipherable gibberish. And then this booklet, which looks like a pretty standard little art booklet thingy. Pretty neat. Next up, we've got a special disc, which has some neat key art on it. These are documentaries, I think, about maybe the making of or something like that. All I know is I don't think this was English subtitled or English dubbed, so I didn't watch it or peek at it. We've got storyboards. I guess I don't know if I changed the order of these or what, but we've got a lot of keyframe stuff. And then we've got storyboard 1, which as you can see is storyboards themselves. Which is pretty cool. I'd kind of go through it in more detail after having watched Shirobako. Was that it? But honestly, I guess I just pressed myself for time unnecessarily. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. It's like owning a little bit of the process. Except, of course, it's a copy of the process, but nonetheless, it's pretty much owning a copy of, or owning a little bit of the process. Alright. There's this week's anime DVD collection update. So, I guess I was a little closer to finishing the series than I thought. I thought it was a standard 13 episode series, but it turns out it's 10 episodes. And I guess there were a couple specials. I guess I'm vaguely remembering what some of those were like and about. Anyways, yeah, so I think what I said last week kind of is most of it. I really liked the ending. I guess I don't want to say too much. But especially if you're understanding where this series came from, it's kind of a mind-blowing ending, I guess. And I don't know, maybe even that is more detailed than I would want to say, but overall, I thought it was actually pretty enjoyable. The action was pretty good. The story was interesting. I wouldn't say it's something that would nail it onto my favorites list, but I appreciated it and getting to see it. Unfortunately, my anime watching has been kind of slow this week because the only other thing I've watched is a little bit into Selector and Spread Recross. Basically, it's not that there's anything wrong with it. I guess it's just been the kind of week where I've been doing a lot of video game playing, I guess. A little bit of Stardew Valley. It doesn't quite have me super addicted or anything like that. We're talking about only like 2, maybe 3 hours, so really not that much. I've been doing more Team Fortress than Stardew Valley. I guess it's just, I don't know, I guess I've just been zoning out a bit over the weekend. As for what's been happening in here, it doesn't start out as strongly, I guess. And if you saw the end of the previous season, you kind of understand that this is in a kind of unsure place in the series, I guess. Where I think if you think of a 4-act story, it's kind of in the right place. Where you kind of have, I think then the 3rd act is when you tend to have the characters at their lowest or something like that. And while I'm not sure if that's necessarily the case here, it could be kind of seen as that sort of way, where they're not really low per se, so much as more conflicted than I think they are at any other points, and needing to work through a bit more of that. So it's hard to remember the first season in enough detail to tell the pacing, and it doesn't help that I'm pacing this one kind of slowly, and obviously I'm going to speed it up so that I can watch the second half of Parasyte. But yeah, it's been okay, and it's not been uninteresting. I'm definitely curious where it's going, because it's, I mean, I guess it kind of felt a little draggy a little bit, but not too bad. And now it's like, I'm kind of curious to see where this story is going. I don't know what more I can say. It's that's right, there's more season after this, isn't there, or something. Not that that's a problem. We'll have to see how it all comes out in the end, but yeah, it's been okay. So, outside of that, well, for starters, the Kodomo no Jikon manga Kickstarter release happened. I decided to go ahead and support that. Part of my thoughts were, first of all, I thought it was about Kodomo no Omacha, Child's Toy, which was an incomplete Funimation release, but no, it was the actual infamous Kodomo no Jikon manga, and in that regard, I would have wanted to give my help just because I kind of respect it as an infamous series that isn't necessarily as bad as it is. It'd be sort of like I guess I can't think of a good example, can I? Is this like last week all over again, or is that the week before? Anyways, the point is, the subject matter is one that people are really scared to talk about, but as I understand it, there's a really good story to it, and those elements are part of it. And in that regard, I just want to give a middle finger to all the people who are super Puritan and don't want their sensibilities ruffled because they couldn't bear asking questions of or acknowledging certain aspects of reality or something like that. And I don't know if that's necessarily the case for this or not, but this is kind of an opportunity to find out. And as one of my subscribers said, the success of this could lead to the anime coming in. Of course, I'm all about increasing the size of my anime collection, and that's been a series where I'm like, yeah, if that came out, it would be a priority buy, even if I was only limiting myself to stuff I really wanted. Like for this week, since most of this stuff is unknown and I'm not really catching up on Gundam and stuff like that, if I had been in a money tight mode, I probably would have gotten Parasyte and Naruto Shippuden. But everything else is kind of great to have, right? And Kodomo no Jikan, well, it's kind of pricey, so I would see if I could probably do a more budget thing if I was worried about that. But I guess I'm not. I don't know. Maybe part of the reason there hasn't been a lot of anime watching is because, as you can see here, the structure of everything back here is changing a lot. You've probably noticed that this pile is here in front of these figurines instead of behind them. And that's because it's a pile of Blu-rays that I don't really want to put away, per se. A lot of them are ones I want to watch. And I guess maybe I need to figure out how to organize them. Glittery. But yeah, I'm getting real close to cleaning stuff up here and getting a lot of stuff ripped and on the server in the space in a place where I can evaluate what I'm going to start doing with it. But, and yeah, that's probably what's been slowing me down, is processing those means going after those Looney Tune videos, and then there's been some manual encodings, and yeah. And there's really good classic Looney Tunes videos that were in the Platinum collections, but not in the Golden. Other than that, what other news would there be? I guess part of the reason I was looking into the Kodomo no Jikan Kickstarter again is because apparently there's a Neko Para anime potentially on the horizon showing up on Kickstarter. And again, I'm game for trying to fund anime if I can, especially if I'm going to get a DVD or Blu-ray copy, or maybe only if, I don't know. So, stuff. Anyways, it's babbling. I think I'm still not going to be pre-ordering next month's, i.e. August stuff, until next week, so y'all have a nice week.